Hey everybody, it's Alyssa, one of your coaches for the 6-week challenge, and I'm coming here to give you some different stretches that you can do in the morning when you wake up. One suggestion I'm going to give you though is if you wake up and you are super sore, definitely get some fluids in you, drink up that water, at least like 1 or 2 glasses, and then maybe go for a light walk. Or I'm going to show you kind of a vinyasa flow that we do in yoga that you could do to help warm your muscles up. Another option to warm up the muscles before stretching in the morning or in the evening is to foam roll, and you do quick rolling. So it's like you're going back and forth on the quads, the hamstrings, your glutes, your back quickly, so you get the blood flowing in the muscles before you do the stretching. We don't really encourage cold stretching because the muscles just can't get enough flexibility work when they're cold. But you can always go for like a quick walk or do some squats or some lunges to help warm up the body and then stretch it out. So when you wake up in the morning, some of these can be done like right in bed. You could sit up, put your feet over the edge, and do some neck rolls, some different stretches with the shoulders. And then I would come down to the floor, and either if you have a yoga mat, place it on a flat surface, or if you have carpet, you can do it on carpet too. So put the legs over the bed, and I would start with some neck stretches, dropping that chin down to the chest, and just some gentle rolls back and forth between the shoulder blades. You can take these into full circles around the back side, but be very gentle when you rotate back. I would do that a few times in both directions. You can also rotate and look out past the shoulders, and then also bringing the ear down to the shoulder where you can add some extra stretches. With the hand going out, you can walk it forward and back to get some different stretches going on through the shoulder and back. And then you come back up. And again, that would be done a few times on each side for a few breaths for those neck stretches. For the shoulders, I would wake them up. I would first wake up the back a little bit, sitting up nice and tall. I would rotate around a few times, take a deep inhale, then exhale, twist. You inhale, and then exhale, twist. You could do some side stretches, inhale, exhale, stretch. You always exhale into the stretch that you're going into, release and exhale to the stretch. And then we would bring it up for the shoulders, chest, and back. So we're going to take it back. We're going to open up the arms like goalposts, like you're going to do a W fly with the TRX. Let that chest roll open, kind of open up towards the ceiling. Roll back those shoulders and arms. And then you exhale, round everything in, chin down to chest. Round those shoulders down, stretching to that upper back and neck. And then inhale, open again. And we do this a few times, again, back and forth. If it's feeling good, keep going with it. Nothing wrong with going through it a few times to help stretch out that chest and upper back. You could add shoulder rolls, you could add shoulder stretches into this, depending on how you're feeling in the morning. Then I'm going to come down to the floor, bring your hands underneath the shoulders, knees below your hips, and I would continue with that cat and cow motion. So we take a nice deep inhale, exhale towards the ceiling, arching all the way up, chin towards the chest, and inhale, release the belly towards the floor, maybe looking up if it feels okay for the neck, and back and forth. And again, you would do this about 4 or 5 times in each posture, and then come back down. You can add some extra shoulder stretching here while you're on your hands and knees, taking, say, the left elbow, thread it behind, walk it out, and then open up, stretching back that elbow, and then reach under, threading it behind, and then opening up. I would again do this about 4 or 5 times on each side, bringing that elbow up, threading it under, reach, come back up, and reach. Good. And bring it back on up. Now we're going to go into kind of that vinyasa flow I was talking about. So bring those hands out in front, keep them in line with the shoulders. You're going to curl your toes under and shift up the hips towards the sky. Relax back that chest towards the legs. And this is where I want you to start to pedal out your heels. So one at a time, drop them down. If you are super tight in your calves, take time here to walk those heels out. If they're feeling extremely tight, I would take my opposite foot and gently slide it down my calf muscle Drawing it down. If it starts to feel really tight, you can hold there, but if you can get down towards that Achilles area, that heel area, and gently pull down there, that's going to give you a nice added stretch there for that calf muscle on each side. So for that vinyasa, sorry, still recovering, you're going to hinge forward, drop to your knees, and then turn those elbows to the back of the room and slowly come down for a chaturanga or a tricep push-up. We inhale to cobra, so we're gonna open up here, keep those shoulders down and relax. What you're trying to avoid is this one with the elbows or the shoulders up by the ears. Relax them down. And let's look up past that right shoulder. Turn back forward. Look up past that left shoulder. And then tuck the toes under. Come back up. So if you are a little more advanced with your flow, you don't have to take it to your knees, but there's nothing wrong in the morning or even in any yoga class to come down to the knees. You're just working on warming up the body here. Cobra with the thighs on the mat. If you're moving into up dog, that is absolutely okay. Shift back. Downward dog. And then I want you to walk those feet up towards the hands. Grab onto the opposite elbows. Soften the knees, which means give a little bend to them. Soften. Let that upper body hang down. Rock back and forth in ragdoll, opening up that upper and mid back. And then give yourself a nice big inhale up. Maybe a side stretch to the side, up to the other side. Inhale up and then hinge back forward, getting back into those hamstrings. Walk it back out to downward dog, and then we're going to open up the hip here. So what I want you to do is raise up your left leg, bend that knee, let it fall open, let that hip open up. Good, rotate it back down. You can open and close this a few times too if you'd like. To help open up that pelvic area, that hip flexor region. About 3 or 4 times again on each side. 3-legged dog. Let that foot fall towards the hip. Opening up that opposite side. So we're opening up the right side now. It'll probably look like left side to you guys on the video though. And again, you can rotate it back down and reach it open. And bring it back on down. Lower down to the knees. And let's give one more stretch for that chest and back, waking it up in the morning. I want you to take fists, place them into that low back. Take a deep inhale, roll back the shoulders. And let yourself open up towards the sky. Inhale, bring it back up. And exhale back. Again, about 4 or 5 times with this. Rest down. And hopefully you're feeling a little more stretched for the morning and for the rest of your day. Have a nice day, guys.